I found this recipe in a terrific American cookbook called The Way We Cook. I've forgotten who wrote it, actually. I have to be honest. Oh, well, it's a terrific book. And I sort of said, tuna pate made with canned tuna. I like canned tuna, I must admit, I really do, but I thought, pate? It's terrific, really is. Actually, the person who wrote the book, I think there was two ladies, she said she'd been making it for years and years and years, and it was one of her family's favourite dishes, so I thought I'd better give it a shot. Very impressed. As I said, I do like canned tuna anyway, particularly in mayonnaise, you know. Tuna sandwiches, beautiful. But I wasn't quite sure. This is terrific though. 220 grams of tuna. Now please, good tuna that's been preserved in olive oil, like this one. What is this? Is olive oil? Yes, it is. And the chunk style, so that it's not all mashed up. A squeeze of lemon. Just be a bit careful of my pips. There's pips everywhere in there. Lemon, so a good squeeze of lemon. You can always add a bit more later on if you feel that you need to. Half a packet of butter, which is 125 gram. Or as the Americans say, a stick of butter. It took me ages to find out what a stick of butter was supposed to be. Well, I can tell you a stick of butter is 125 grams. And make sure it's a little soft. You don't want melted butter in this because it'll come out of it. So you do want it to be just soft without being, you know, sort of running all over the place. So you cut it into pieces and throw that in, just like that. And you wipe your hands because you've made a mess. And we then put a little pinch of cayenne. Just be careful because I've taken the top. Ooh, that'll be enough. Ooh, that's going to be nice, isn't it? A little bit of black pepper. And then all we do is whiz it up. Just pulse it to start. You need a reasonably powerful food processor for this one, you know, like one of these ones. It's got a bit of oomph to it, so that the butter is mixed through it. Now I'm just going to have a little taste, just to see whether I need to put any more lemon in. Yeah, just a smidgen, I reckon. Just the smallest amount. All right, that's good. Now what I'm also going to do is I've got 1/4 cup of capers which I've drained, and I'm going to throw those in, but I'll turn that off first because I only want those to be mixed. I don't want them to become part of the dish, so they're just sort of to be mixed through. It doesn't matter if they're broken up a little bit, but I would prefer to use the pulse. All right, that'll do us. Now let's just have one more taste with a fresh spoon, just to make sure we've... Terrific. It's a bit of fun, this. Let's just get it out. I used to spend hours making a smoked eel pate once, and it took me hours and hours, can I tell you. This is pretty near as good, just with a good can of tuna and a bit of lemon and a couple of other things. So all we now do is put it into a bowl, any size, any shape, doesn't matter. But make sure you get it all out. And then spread it into the edges. Just smooth it out and then just grab some Glad wrap. Put it over the top. Now just press the Glad wrap down on it so that you don't get any air to it, because it could discolour it slightly if you do that. So always put it right down there like that. It also evens it out a bit. Then just wrap that up. And what I now do is I put it in the fridge for about 2 hours. It'll last up to 2 days in the fridge quite happily without sort of, losing its sort of freshness. But at least 2 hours, it allows it to develop its flavours, and then I reckon you serve it with some lavash biscuits or maybe some celery sticks Or crudité, you know crudité, that's all the different vegetables which they can dip into it, or maybe just a piece of bread. Whatever you like, choice is yours. But it's a bit of fun, easy to do, and we always love things that we can get straight from the pantry, don't we? Makes life very, very simple. So into the fridge.